Are you on the fence about trying to figure out if you want to start collecting action figures? Here are 10 things you should know to help you with that journey. Number 10, research and focus. You've got to decide what you're going to collect. Like if it's a fandom or if it's a cartoon character, and then see how much of it's out there. Going on eBay, Amazon, seeing what those things are going for, and see if that's where you want to be, if that's what you want to collect. Number 9, condition is key. The condition of the product is important if you're wanting to do it as a investment down the road to resell. It doesn't have to be in great shape. If it's just for your own personal collection, it's going to bring you back nostalgia, that nostalgia feeling that you want, then that doesn't really matter. But if you're wanting to invest, you want to make sure it's in great shape. Number 8, authenticated versus counterfeits. Depending on what you decide to collect, there could most definitely be counterfeits out there, and the best way to figure out those is researching, Googling it, and seeing what's out there in the niche that you're going to collect in to see if it's authenticated or if it's a fake. Number 7, storage and display. There's many different ways to display and storage your product. As you see, my Funko Pops, I've got a Blockbuster shelf holding them up. I've also got an entertainment shelf over here holding up some of my Funko Pops there as well. So it depends on how much room you've got. If you're able to get displays, what kind of displays you want. Even if you don't have a lot of room or if you don't have a lot of money, you can go to yard sales, get shelving that doesn't match. It doesn't have to look pretty, especially when you first start. You build your way up, you make more money on it, you sell, you invest more, then you can find more ways to store it. Also, to store it, there's if you buy carded figures, or even these days, if they're not carded means that they're full in the package, brand new. There's package shells, little like clam shells you can put them in, and that keeps the value of the card, to where it doesn't mess up the card and ding up the figure or the packaging any more than it already is before it's sealed or in a display case. Number 6, rarity and exclusiveness. See how rare that item is, and if it's exclusive to, let's say, a GameStop or a Toys R Us back in the day or whatever, you want to do the research to see if there's any figures out there that are in those two categories, and then making sure you can catch if they're counterfeits or not. And number 5, grading and certificates. Now, this one's really important if you're wanting to do that investment thing I was talking about a minute ago. Getting it graded and having the certificate. Getting it graded, there's a key system, there's a Gem Mint 10. That's the highest you can go. And it depends on what you're getting, because there's graded, you can get the action figure. Usually people get the action figure that's on the card graded. But I've seen people grade, I don't know why or how, but they grade the figure loose with or without their accessories. But sometimes you may want that. And a certificate could be if it's a limited edition or if it's an autograph. You definitely want to get a certificate of authenticity to validate that signature or that rarity of the item. Makes it more valuable, and it's collectible. People look for that stuff as well. Number 4, the big one that we love here at I Love Loose Figures, it's community and events. If you're in a big area, look for Comic Cons, look for any kind of conventions that you can go to and meet up with fellow collectors and buy the awesome product that you can't find anywhere else. Or if you're a big market, or if you're in a small town, look on Facebook, look on Craigslist. People are posting communities on different niches, especially on Facebook. I'm a part of a couple of Ninja Turtle ones on Facebook. I'm also a part of Transformers, G.I. Joe, and video games. So there's communities out there that you can get to know people locally or nationally, and you can talk tips, tricks, trade, buy, sell, all that fun stuff right there in the community. Number 3 is very important after you do your research is budgeting. And you don't have to start high. You can go to thrift stores, you can go to yard sales, you can get your product to there that you want to collect. That's what I did, that's what I still do. I dabble into a lot of the loose figures, that's why the name I love loose figures. But budgeting is very important. You say, how much do I want to spend? You make sure that you're taking care of business personally before you get into collecting. And if you don't have a very big budget, like I said, yard sales, thrift stores, they're great to get your product, your inventory to start collecting. Number 2 is protection. Kind of goes in with the storaging, but you want to make sure you're putting your figures someplace where they're not going to have any issues with like getting with light, a lot of light hitting them, or sun, because the sun can fade the colors of those action figures. And I've seen it. And also the plastic sometimes the plastic's old and it fades it, and sometimes you just buy it as it is, and that just happens. But you want to storage them in a way that they're going to be protected. And the number one most important thing, people, enjoy the hunt. Enjoy your collection. That's what it should all be about, is the enjoyment, the nostalgia feeling of having that figure. No matter if it's an old school print, the very first copy, or if it's one of those reprints that they have out there. You've got to enjoy it, because if you're not enjoying the hobby, you're not going to enjoy what you're doing. So thanks for watching today. This is C-Voe with I Love Loose Figures. Comment below your favorite thing that you've heard today, or if there's any other topic you'd like me to talk about. Find us on Instagram at I Love Loose Figures. Thanks for watching. Much love.